right, you guys. It's time to kick it off. All right. Monica. Yes, hey. Good to see you all in here. All right, guys. So, it's nutrition class. This is the biggest online nutrition class I've had. So, this is amazing. Thank y'all for being here. We're going to be talking about cheat meals and refeeds. We're going to be talking about how to use those things strategically for your benefit. All right. How we can make those things a positive. So we're going to dive into that in a few minutes. I usually like to start by just opening up the floor. I want to hear wins. All right. We're going to start with good things first. And I want to hear something positive about your nutrition habits this week, y'all. Somebody speak up. Anybody?
I have one.
I did meal prep. I got my meal prep on Sunday.
I added more calories and actually lost weight this week.
Added more calories and actually lost weight. Who said that?
Rosemary.
Rosemary, that's right. We talked about that. Sorry, I'm talking about mouthful. We added, what was it? You went from 15 to 1,700 calories a day?
Right.
Right, and you lost weight whenever you had been plateaued for a while, right?
For weeks. So I lost 4 pounds.
Oh my God, that's big. That's awesome. And then when you talked about, just so everybody knows, she is speeding up her metabolism by using more calories to increase her metabolism. That's creating weight loss. We talked about again in another week or two, doing that one more time to make her metabolism even faster. And then a few weeks later after that, we'll cut the calories back down. Those deficits will be massive. Instead of having like little tiny deficits and having to outwork them, naturally your hormones are going to create really big deficits and weight loss will just be flooding. So 4 pounds down now, watching about a month. Rosemary, I wouldn't be surprised if you're down like another 10 pounds in a month now. So everybody
I hope so.
Right on. Anybody else got a good win for the week?
I've added MyFitnessPal to the repertoire to help keep track of calories and macros.
Yes, sir. That is a huge win. How you doing with that?
Oh, I love it.
Mm-hmm. It makes it easy, doesn't it?
A whole lot easier than what I thought.
Yes, sir. And for those of y'all that don't know about MyFitnessPal, it's an app on your phone. You literally just type in the food that you ate. You add it to your diary. All right, just like it's very similar to as if you were posting a picture on Instagram or Facebook. It's that simple, and it tracks all your calories for the day. It adds your macronutrients up, so you'll be able to tell how many grams of fat, how many grams of carbs, how many grams of protein that you had for an entire day. So then whenever you get towards the end of the day, you can go, okay, I got 5 grams of fat left. I got 20 carbs and 20 proteins left. What can I eat to fill that out? It really helps you narrow in that gap to get your nutrition precise. Kenny, I'll be looking forward to talking to you about that in a week or two. We're gonna look at those numbers here soon and really see what kind of work you've been doing on there. So I'll be keeping up. Or anybody else? I want one more win. Somebody tell me some good stuff. I see you reaching for your phone, Shanice.
Yeah. So I started adding in veggie, what's those foods called? The vegan foods to my diet, and those taste pretty good. So I've been doing like breakfast. I'll do like the vegan sausage.
Yes.
And then I'll do like
plant-based options.
Yeah, and then lunch I'll incorporate it throughout the day. And then I've also broke my plateau.
You broke your plateau as well. Yes, you dropped 4 pounds whenever that had been stuck for a while, and you were really consistent at that 176, but you got it under. What do you think made the difference on getting that weight to move?
I honestly think it was the change in the workouts, because this round, or I don't know what you want to call it. Yeah, it was like a lot more intense for me. Like I feel like I'm putting in a whole lot more effort to working outside.
We are getting more repetitions in. For everybody that doesn't know, my program, I'm actually going to show y'all this. This is the 6-month workout program that we do here. Looks like that, you guys. All right, so each one of these packets has the workouts on it. It's got the floor plans. All right, this is an entire week worth right here. It's another week. I got 6 months of workouts that I put into this plan here at Edgebody that y'all are doing. And it cycles through phases. So last week, we got out of the power phase where we were working on building strength, and we went into the hypertrophy phase, which is focusing on building muscle. Those phases are put in there, just like I talked about with Rosemary, increasing her calories and then taking them back away. That's a phase. That's called a reverse dieting and dieting phase. We're going from a power to a hypertrophy, and then we'll go through an endurance phase, conditioning, and then we'll do a cardio phase at the end of the 6 months. And yeah, usually when your body gets used to one of those styles of workouts, we switch in that new phase. That's definitely one of them that sparks those changes. So that's nice. Appreciate you guys sharing those wins. All right, we're going to get into the nutrition portion here. Let me get my little screen share on. Oh, I almost ended the meeting on accident. Share. All right, we was bumping that Jaden Smith when we got on here. All right, guys, we're going to get into, oh, that's not where we were. We all the way to the beginning. How to handle cheat meals. All right, real quick, let me get a show of hands. Let me get to where I can see everybody. Who has had a cheat meal in the past 2 days? All right, who's had a cheat meal in the past 4 days? Who's had a cheat meal in the past week? I don't see no hands. Y'all haven't, all right, there you go. Few hands. Okay, so we're having, everybody in here having like one cheat meal a week? It's a normal thing? Oh, I see you, Jamie. Appreciate your honesty. All right, guys, one cheat meal a week is a really good wave to ride. And we're going to get into why one cheat meal a week works good. We're going to talk about different strategies to use for cheat meals, also refeeds. They're a little bit healthier versions of cheat meals here in a minute. And then I'm going to be breaking down towards the end. We're going to get into really specifics on numbers, details that I'm not going to lie, that it might overwhelm you. But I just want to say, stick with me on all this stuff. I'm recording this, so I'm going to post it up. You can watch it back later. You can come to me with more questions. And there's a certain level where those details, it's great to know so we can get like really good results. But if you don't understand the higher level details, it's not the end of the world. It, you know, a lot of these things, it's not gonna, if you can get the basic layer, then you're gonna transform your habits. You're gonna start to transform your results and make that ultimate transformation that you're looking for. So, does anybody have a question about cheat meals yet? Anybody want to tell me what a cheat meal is? Let's go ahead. Somebody define it for me.
All the really good stuff.
Christina, good to see you. All the really good stuff.
Sorry, I just got off work.
It's okay. I'm glad you're here. All the really good stuff. Okay. We could say that. I like healthy foods too, and I've eaten healthy foods for so long that some of the good stuff, the cheat meal, actually tastes bad now. Like when I drink a soda, I can't handle it. I drink a soda and I'm like, ugh, no more. But yeah, it's all the good stuff, all the stuff we naturally want to drift in towards, the high calories, the stuff that is going to have low protein levels, but really high fat and carb content, really high calorie foods. It's going to be cheap foods, okay? Stuff we don't really want to eat much of. So we're going to do some basic review. Hopefully everybody's seen this by now, how our body is burning calories. When we're in our resting state, like we all are right now, our body is in a resting state. We're burning 60% of our calories from fat, 35% from carbohydrates, and only 5% from protein. That ratio carries over. It's almost the exact same. We're in low intensity exercise. So low intensity exercise means your heart rate is between about 105 and 135. All right. Typically you can feel your heart rate's up. You got that little glaze of sweat, but you're not gasping for air. You're not out of breath. We can get that low intensity usually just from weightlifting. All right. Normally the high intensity comes into play whenever you combine weightlifting with core and cardio, especially when we're doing our fast-paced circuits or we're driving intensity through literally just, instead of lifting nice and smooth, we pump it out, we go faster. All right, so those are gonna yield higher intensities, but you're gonna burn much less fat and a lot more carbohydrates. All right, so that should be review at this point. I want to break into some details here. All right, 1 hour of fat burning workout for a 150-pound person is going on. Let me back up. If you resistance train and make sure you keep your heart rate in that fat burning zone, that's the low intensity zone, 60 to 75% of your max heart rate. That's where I got 105 to 135. As for most people, that range is that 60 to 75%. All right, a 150-pound person is gonna burn 500 calories in an hour. All right, those 500 calories, if you use those ratios right here, is gonna end up being 31 grams of fat, 44 carbs, and 6 grams of protein. All right, so if you look at the nutrients that are in your body before your workout, probably about the past 2 meals. The idea is that you should have eaten less than 31 grams of fat in those past 2 meals. If you eat 10 grams of fat per meal, which we've talked about, if you're newer in here, we have talked about 10 grams of fat per meal is what we want. That would mean you had about 20 grams of fat in your body working. And at some point, about 2/3 of the way through your workout, you used all of that fat. So that means from that 2/3 of the way through your workout on, your body was going to its secondary source of fat so that it can continue burning up to that 31 grams. That secondary source, bow, right there. All right, that's that body fat. So that's how you get results though, you guys. You have to maintain a consistent diet with low to moderate fat, getting about that 10 grams of fat per meal. And you have to come in here and exercise in that low intensity zone so that you burn a high amount of fat. All right, now look at the same workout, 1 hour, but we're gonna turn it from fat burning into high intensity. HIIT means high intensity interval training. All right, the same 150-pound person does burn more calories, 750 calories burned. All right, and this is where everybody and their mom, all right, including all these other trainers that I got a bone to pick with because they're not giving out the good information. They go, oh my gosh, I can burn 750 calories instead of 500. I'm going high intensity. Well, it seems like a no-brainer, but when you break it down, you look, it's only 3 grams of fat. It's 178 carbohydrates burned in that high intensity workout. So if your goal is to lose weight, you want to get rid of that body fat. Somebody tell me which way is going to do that. I need y'all with me here. Come on.
The low intensity.
The low intensity workout.
It's obvious, right? It's easy. Thank you all. See the chat here, low, yes. So let me ask y'all this. The high intensity workout, if you've been eating clean, you've been getting your 10 grams of fat per meal, you've been getting a decent amount of carbs and protein, you've been working out regularly, you come in here and do 1 hour of high intensity, what's gonna happen?
You're going to be burning more glucose and glycogen instead of your fat.
100% you're burning more glucose. What's the aftermath of that?
You will be sick.
You'll be sick, yes. This is where nausea comes from. This is where headaches come from. Shakiness, fatigue, honestly, anxiety, depression, anger. Like, if you ever left a workout and you were just like, I don't feel good. Like, that's because all those things are a byproduct of your blood sugar getting low.
Exactly.
All right? So when your blood sugar
That
gets
kind of happened.
go ahead.
I was just going to share my story with everybody. Like 2 days ago, that happened to me. I ate around 1:30, and I went, it was like 2 o'clock actually. And I went straight to workout. I didn't have a snack or nothing. And I got sick after my workout. So make sure you guys eat.
Yep. So you went too long, that low blood sugar kicked in, and it was a wrap. You felt like crap. All right. And in the end, if you bust out just high intensity after high intensity after high intensity workout, number one, you're never going to get results. Number two, you're constantly going to feel like crap. And number three, you're putting a lot of wear and tear on your body that is not necessary. That's whenever your joints, your tendons, your muscles, you just get achy, and you start just overall, you're like, why am I doing this? All right, it becomes pointless. It becomes bad for you. All right, so this is where I am trying to completely transform the fitness industry, put the correct information out there, and help everybody understand. Hopefully this will inspire you all to use these heart rate monitors more. Because you see the difference there? That difference is whenever up on that TV screen, you go from orange to teal. All right, you see that change immediately. As soon as it shifts from orange to teal, you go from burning 55% fat in the orange to teal, only burning 20%. You go from teal to green, your heart rate gets up there, the screen turns green on your name, you go to only burning 3% fat. All right, that's that high intensity, that's that HIIT workout where you're only gonna burn 3 grams of fat for that workout. All right, now, somebody tell me first off, are we all on the same page? Can I get some thumbs up? Everybody with me here? All right, can I get a raise the roof if that's new information? All right,
Raise the roof.
couple people, good deal. I'm glad we're getting some new info here. This is a win already. All right, now, I want somebody who has not spoke up yet or in the chat, that's cool too. Somebody new here. When is it appropriate to do that high intensity workout?
When you've had cheat meals.
Thank you, Monica. When you've had cheat meals. Christina, thank you. All right, too many carbs. So a little more of a detailed example would be, I like the movies, all right? I went to the movies last night. Typical movies, you got that popcorn, all right, at least. If you're me, I go to the movies like once every other month. All right, me and Courtney go. We probably should go more often, but every other month we'll go. I get that popcorn. We get that medium popcorn. We share it. I get a bag of Sour Patch Kids and an Icy too. I go kind of crazy on it because that's my one time I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. All right, so that's where that is 178 carbs probably. I bet if we added it up out of that popcorn, Sour Patch Kids, and Icy, it's at least 120, 150 grams of carbs and sugar. All right. Yes, after this weekend, 4th of July. Yes, Christina, exactly. With the alcohol involved and all the good foods, yeah, the good foods, that is going to store in your liver, and you're going to have 24 hours to get those out of your liver, or else your liver is going to turn that into body fat. All right. So last night, if I went to the movies and I had all that, then it makes sense to come in here and bust my ass with this high intensity workout, burn that 178 carbs, get it out of my liver and my body before it had a chance to turn into fat. All right. But that's one time a week when you've had that cheat meal. All right. Hoping that makes sense to everybody. I'm confident that it does because I got a lot of great and intelligent people in here with me. All right. Any questions so far? Speak now or we're moving on. All right, here we go. So using cheat meals to boost your metabolism and break your plateaus. This is probably one of my favorite things to teach. All right. First off, I love charts and graphs. I'm a very visual person. When it comes to mathematics and science combined, oh my God, my brain just gets so happy. So this is a little diagram I put together here. I want y'all to follow me here. The blue line is calories in. That's how many calories we're going to eat for that day. All right, you see I got my days marked here at the bottom. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, and so on. This is almost 3 weeks of data. Now, before we move on, the red line, that is your leptin levels. Can anybody tell me what leptin is? I'll be so impressed if anybody can tell me what leptin is. All right, I got a chat. Hold on, let me check the chat. It is a hormone. Uh-oh, is that Monica?
Yes, sir.
All right. It's a hormone, and it is your regulatory hormone. Okay? So the way it works, it's like the puppet master. All right? Whenever your leptin hormone elevates, puppet master, it brings all the other hormones up with it. All right? If you've heard me talk about hormones before, you know I like that word thriving. All right? When your hormones are elevated, they're thriving. Think about you. When you're elevated, you listen to your favorite song, doing your favorite thing with your favorite people, you're thriving. You're doing great. All right? Now, if your leptin levels are low, they're suppressed. Nothing in the history of the world that is suppressed has ever been able to do anything good. All right? So, excuse me, let me get some water. I need to see everybody drink some water because I ain't seen nobody drink water yet. Been on here like 20 minutes already. Okay, empty bottle, I like that. So it's gonna regulate all your other hormones. However, it's going to get regulated by how many calories you eat for that day. So while the leptin's playing puppet master on all your other hormones, you need to be up here playing puppet master to your leptin and controlling your calorie intake. All right, so this is where, for this example, I'm going with 1,500 calories a day. Day 1, you eat your 1,500 calories. Day 2, you eat your 1,500 calories. Day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6. You're eating your consistent, healthy diet. You're doing good. You're coming in here and you're working out. What happens is that leptin hormone regulates and it helps your body burn 1,500 calories, because the process in your body that does not want you to change. Anybody got that name for me? Starts with an H.
Homeostasis.
Yes, homeostasis. All right, homeostasis is a process that your body goes through. It keeps your body level. Your body does not want you to gain or lose weight. All right, it's your habits that make your body do that. But your body will adjust through those habits, and it'll use that leptin hormone to balance itself back out, so your body won't change anymore. All right, so if you're eating 1,500 calories a day, that leptin hormone regulates itself to help you burn 1,500 calories a day. The problem is, if you do that nonstop, Rosemary, what happens if you eat 1,500 calories a day every day?
You stop losing weight.
Yes, you hit that plateau. All right, so this is how we're going to use the cheat meal to speed the metabolism up and break that plateau. For one day, day 7, we're going to increase calories by 30%. All right, for this example, 30% was 450 extra calories. We went from 1,500 to 1,950. I went ahead and made it 2,000 just to round it off and make it nice and level. All right, but your leptin, it has the ability, whenever you eat those extra calories, it goes, okay, let me get to work. Bow. It jumps right up there. You see how that goes? It has an immediate increase in its levels. Now, you have to be in control. You have to control your calorie intake and get it right back down the next day from 2,000. You have to bring it right back down on day 8, back to the 1,500. Right? You have to stay on that 1,500 again for the next week, or whatever it is. If you're on 1,700 calories, it's 17. All right? But whatever it is, you got to get right back in control. Now, you can see leptin does not just jump right back down with you. All right? It does not have an immediate decay rate. It has what's called a linear decay rate. So it takes days to get back down there. Usually for an average person, it's 5 to 7 days for that leptin to get back down to its baseline. So what this means is the next day, all this empty area here where that red dot is higher than the blue, that is a calorie deficit that your body has created simply through manipulating your leptin hormone. That's without exercise. That's without extra dieting. That is a 400 calorie deficit on that day. Now, you might say, well, Greg, that one day I ate more calories. Ain't I going to gain weight? Ain't I? Y'all hear me? I'm from Kentucky, right? Ain't I going to gain weight? Well, no, because your leptin, that same day, it got to work. It raised itself up so it could burn more. So you come out even. You may experience water retention because more food in your stomach, it's gonna act like a sponge, it's gonna soak up more water. So yeah, you might gain 2 or 3 pounds, but guess what? A gallon of water weighs 8 pounds. A bottle of water like this, that's 2 pounds of water right there. All right, that's all you're doing. Give yourself a day, get in here, get a sweat, drink some more water. That water weight will leave you in a 24 to 48 hours. Then what you're left with is back at your baseline of weight, but you've got these extra calorie deficits every day, day 8, day 9, day 10, day 11, until day 12, 13, 14, somewhere in that range. After 5 to 7 days, your leptin finally gets back in touch with your baseline calorie intake, and you're no longer getting a hormone manipulated deficit. All right, but in the meantime, all this blank space here was progress, was results, was a benefit due to you having a cheat meal. And then the idea here is that a week later, you eat that cheat meal again. It happens again. Every week you have that cheat meal. You get that benefit of the hormones going up. You pull your calories right back down. All week long, your metabolism is firing, firing, firing. All right? It's like a business. If you just stay on 1,500 calories every day, you have one employee. That employee has to bust his ass, right? You got to work as hard as possible to barely scrape by. And then nothing ever happens. It's like, man, I'm working so hard. Why is nothing happening? All right, you get that cheat meal in, you get that leptin hormone to jump up. That's like getting 2 or 3 employees working with you. Now you're working, but you got other people helping you. You're able to do so much more. And at the end of the week, you make progress. All right, your company makes more money. That's your body losing weight. That is you getting results. This makes sense? Get them thumbs up. Somebody speak up. Anybody have any questions? Eleni, you went unmuted. Do you have a question?
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. You got a question?
Okay. No, sorry. I was trying to see if you could hear me.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna mute you back up then. All right, anybody?
What do you consider a cheat meal?
We're getting ready to go over those here in just a second.
Okay.
Great question. Who was that?
Christina.
Christina. Okay, cool. I got so many people in here. I can't see all y'all at the same time. This is awesome. All right, you guys. So we're gonna move on to the next slide here. We're gonna talk for just a second. 2 ways to create calorie surplus. All right, that calorie surplus is essentially what we want. That increased daily calories by 30%. We want to go from here to here 1 day a week. All right, so 2 ways to create that. Number 1 is a refeed. This is what I'm gonna recommend. This is the best way to do it. I don't know those of y'all that have seen what I did when I was in the bodybuilding competitions and stuff. I'm gonna take a second to brag on myself a little bit here. It's been about 5 years now, but I came in 2nd place in the largest bodybuilding competition in the country. All right, now that was for novices and beginners, but I came in 2nd place. So refeeds are what I utilized to get myself into the shape to be able to do that. All right. Refeeds are getting that 30% calorie increase strictly through healthy foods. You have to maintain a macronutrient balance, meaning each one of your meals has a balance between fats, carbs, and proteins, and then spreading those calories throughout the day. I talked to you about that day, you're going to get about 500, 600 more calories, but it would be taking 100 to 150 calories and adding it into each meal rather than taking that one meal and instead of that one meal being 400 calories, making it 900 or 1,000. All right. Now the other way is the cheat meal. Still okay, but it's going to have a few negative effects like the water retention. Like, anybody ever heard of a food coma? The cheat meal is going to cause your insulin production to be a little bit offset, and that's going to lead to a blood sugar crash. You're not going to burn fat for about 12 hours, and you're going to hit a food coma, probably want to pass out. All right. You do the refeed, you stay energized. You know, if it's Saturday and you don't want to crash out, have the refeed, not the cheat meal. All right, but the cheat meal is unhealthy foods. Christina, this is your question right here. Unhealthy foods, unbalanced, Usually cheat meals are very low in protein and they're very high in carbohydrates and fat, so it kind of offsets that balance. And then, like I said, the additional 30% of the calories comes all at once, big old plate, not a healthy plate looking like this with your fats, carbs, and proteins. All right. So, what if you ate one slice of pizza? All right. One slice of pizza is 335 calories. And I believe the example I was using for this was a slice of pepperoni pizza, just so y'all know. It's 15 grams of fat, 37 carbs, and 13 grams of protein. So we need to figure out what type of workout we need to do for one slice of pizza. Do you do high intensity or low intensity, right? That's the question here. Is one slice of pizza a cheat meal? Well, number one, I'm looking at calories. 335, that's kind of still in our normal calorie range, right? That's not a 900 calorie, 1,000 calorie meal. So already I'm like, not really a cheat meal. I'm looking at fats, carbs, and proteins. Yeah, protein's a little bit low. I would love it if you maybe had a little bit more chicken or half of a protein shake on there, but overall, it's somewhat balanced. One slice of a pepperoni pizza. Who knew, right? So I did the math already. 1 hour of fat burning workout is going to burn 500 calories. Everybody remember that? Delaney, I think you was the only person not in here. 1 hour, of fat burning workout burns 500 calories. So we would come up with a negative 165 calorie. That's a deficit. That means we got results in a 1 hour fat burning workout off of the slice of pizza. Your deficit in fat is negative 16 grams. That's results. Your negative 7 carbs, that's not very negative. You're still within your blood sugar wave. You're stable. And then a surplus in protein means you have enough protein that it's going to help recover that muscle. Those are all good things, right? All good things. You see how I wrote them in green. Green's a go. So 1 hour fat burning workout, one slice of pizza, it's good. Now, 2 slices of pizza. All right, let's double down. How does that change the equation? Doubling everything. I mean, this is easy. I literally just multiply by 2. But now if we look at a 1 hour fat burning workout, we're still, after we burn 500 calories, we still have a surplus of 270 calories. It was not enough calories burned. So we're still in the mode of that might make us gain weight just a little bit. All right. Now, your fat, you end up getting through 30 grams of fat, but that was literally what we took in. So you didn't make any progress. You just maintained your body fat for that 1 hour workout. You're still in a surplus of carbohydrates. Having, having eaten 74 carbs, but only burned 44, you have an additional 30 carbs still in your liver. That means that if you don't burn that off, it's going to turn into body fat still. All right. You do have a surplus in protein at this point. So you are going to feel good. Your muscles are going to recover, but feeling good and still gaining weight, that's not what we're trying to do, right? Somebody tell me if that's what you're trying to do. Okay. Yeah, I knew it wasn't. Cool. So is this making sense so far? That's all for a 1 hour fat burning workout. So how do we get out of the weight gain and we get rid of the surplus, we get into a deficit? How do we do that? Because that's whenever we're going to see results, right? High intensity exercise. 2 slices of pizza, you need high intensity exercise, all right? So we need to get rid of the 30 carbs left. All right, let's go back here. At the end of the workout, we were neutral in fat, but we had an extra 30 carbs. We got to get rid of those carbs or they will turn into fat. Is everybody with me on that? All right, see y'all's mouths move. So, the extra 30 carbs. High intensity training burns 178 carbs per hour for a 150-pound person. If you weigh more than that, you're going to burn more than that. All right, I can help you with those numbers, but for most people, you can just use this equation. So we need to get rid of 30 carbs from 2 slices of pizza after the 1 hour fat burning workout. All right, 178 divided by 60 is 3 carbs per minute. We need to get rid of 30 carbs. We need 10 more minutes of HIIT training. At that point, you will be neutral in fat, so you won't have made progress, but you'll also be neutral in carbs, meaning you're not going to gain weight. And you'll still have a surplus in protein, meaning you will recover. All right, so after you eat that cheat meal, you did not backtrack, okay? That's the important part here. We take steps forward all through the week, and we do not backtrack. Does anybody have any questions about that? Okay. So we're gonna move on to another example here. Chicken fettuccine Alfredo. All right, it's a lot. 1 hour of fat burning workout, it burns that much. All right, my stuff got messed up here. Hopefully we can read through that here. After a 1 hour fat burning workout coming off of a chicken fettuccine Alfredo, 1,000 calorie meal. That's definitely a cheat meal, right, Christina? That's 61 grams of fat, 64 carbs, and 49 grams of protein. Sounds pretty good, except for that's a lot of fat and kind of a lot of carbs too. So after we go through the 1 hour fat burning, we're neutral in calories. All right. Let's see who chatted here. Who chatted? Oh, we're gonna get rid of that chunk for you here. All right, we are neutral in fat. Let's see. I think I was talking about this slide got messed up. I had a thing over here that said with that chicken fettuccine Alfredo. Has anybody ever heard of me talk about at restaurants? You get half to go right off the bat. For this scenario, we're supposed to get half to go. Okay, so that was gonna be 500 calories. Now, after 1 hour fat burning workout, you're gonna be neutral in calories, you're gonna be neutral in fat, you're gonna have a deficit in carbs. All right, so if you ate the whole meal, it would take you 2 hours of fat burning workout to get rid of all that food. 2 hours of fat burning workout for a chicken Alfredo. Now, who would have thought chicken Alfredo, cheat meal, high intensity? I'm losing some of y'all. I'm gonna ask again. Who would have thought chicken Alfredo, cheat meal, high intensity?
I would have.
All right, because that's what we talk about a lot, right? Because most cheat meals are very high in carbs. I wanted to give you an example of a cheat meal that's not necessarily high in carbohydrates, but instead this cheat meal is very high in fat. All right, so the difference here is not that we need an hour of high intensity exercise, it's that we need 2 hours of fat burning. So whenever you have a cheat meal, I am guilty due to the nature of most cheat meals to say, all right, guys, if you had a cheat meal, I need you to go on high intensity, but I need you thinking as a intelligent, smart, capable human being. I need you thinking, I had a cheat meal, but was it carbs or was it fat? Which one? All right. And if it was carbs, you pick up that pace. You go high intensity. You bust it out. But if it was like a chicken fettuccine Alfredo, if it was a really high fat meal, or like eggplant parmesan, then you need to stay in your fat burning zone, but you need to stay after class. You need to keep that fat burning zone going. You owe it to yourself to get rid of that. All right, let me check this chat out real quick. See what y'all saying. What if it's both? Okay, if it's both, let me see if my next example here. Here's the one that's both. All right, 20-ounce soda, M&Ms, and a small popcorn. This is my movie theater example. High fat, high carb. All right, 1 hour of fat burning workout is, look at this chat. Lady, I know it's hard not to cheat. Hey, but look, this is part of it. Laney said in the chat, I love food so much, hard to not cheat. Yes, it is. But Is it harder to not cheat, or is it harder to disrespect yourself? All right, which one? Do you love yourself more, or do you love those foods, those cheap foods more? All right, and I love cheap food. Don't get me wrong. Oreos are my favorite. All right, this 20-ounce soda, M&Ms, and popcorn, that didn't come out of nowhere. I eat that. But I love myself so much more that I've worked on for the past decade at minimizing the amount of times that I go to this stuff. So part of this is mental. You got to lock in. You got to want it. All right, you got to get disciplined. Train yourself. It's a process. So we're going to get more and more disciplined as time goes on here. So this 1 hour fat burning workout, at the end of that, you still are going to have 400 calories left over. You're still going to have 98 grams of fat left, or grams of carbs left over. All right. So Christina asked, what if it's both? It was high fat, high carb. The 1 hour fat burning got rid of the fat. All right. 1 hour of fat burning, you're going to burn 31 grams of fat. That got rid of the 30 grams of fat in this meal. However, 1 hour of fat burning workout only burned 44 carbs. We still have almost 100 left over. All right, so we got to go and get rid of that. Who's got the answer? What do we need to do?
Low intensity.
You said low intensity?
Yeah, that's what I said.
We need to do 1 hour of low intensity, but after 1 hour of low intensity, we still got 98 carbs. So what we
High
got?
intensity.
Gotta go high.
Then we got to bust into high intensity. You got to stay after class. All right, you got to go in high intensity mode. Let me get the next part. All right, you can't stop at weight gain. Here's the answer. The 1 hour of high intensity workout burns through 178 carbs. So we do our ratios here. 30 more minutes of high intensity exercise is going to burn through the rest of those carbohydrates. All right, it'll also put you at a negative fat. You're neutral. It took an hour and a half to work off 20-ounce soda, M&Ms, and a small popcorn. So let me ask y'all this. Aside from once a week, when we're using the cheat meals to manipulate our metabolism and to speed it up, that once a week you have the permission, I guess. Aside from that, who thinks it's worth it to eat the cheat meals? Yeah, I didn't think so. It's not worth it, right? So this
No.
is when we're looking at, like Elaine said, we love that food. All right, it's a fact. I love that food too. But knowing this, you have to go through the mental process of telling yourself, I love that, but it's not worth it. I know if I eat that, for me to get my goal, I don't have goals to eat that. That's not the goal. The goal is health. The goal is sexy body. The goal is strong body. The goal is happy mind. All right. So if I eat that, what do I have to do to still get to my goal? The answer is hour-long fat burning workout and then a half an hour of high intensity. To me, that is not worth it. All right. And whenever you lock that in, it becomes real easy to not eat that cheat meal. I have my cheat meal once a week, and I can justify that because I know that what that's going to do for my hormones. I know it's going to do me benefit, but aside from that, I'm not doing it. All right. All right. I had another question here. So if you drink wine or beer, so you have that on the weekends, but you have had a clean day, otherwise, is it a cheat meal technically? If that makes sense, 4th of July in mind. All right. Or fruity drinks, mix it up. All right, so here's the answer to that question. It's all in the numbers. All right, I cannot tell you for sure. What you need to look at is the macronutrients from those alcohols. How many calories is it adding up to? How many grams of fat? How many carbs? All right, if you're drinking Budweiser, let's see here. Let me get out of my. How do I get out of here? Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to find my internet. All right. Can't believe I'm searching this. Budweiser nutrition. Nutrition facts. Oh, they're lying. Budweiser. It says it's only got 1 carb. All right, this thing's a lie. Let's see. Who got a beer? Let's see. Blue Moon. Blue Moon Nutrition. All right. This is a beer. It's 170 calories. It's got 14 carbs per beer. No fat, but 14 carbs. So let's say you down a 6-pack of these. All right, that's 90 carbohydrates. So 90 carbohydrates, their carbohydrates are 4 calories per carb. I mean, right off the bat, I'm saying 90 carbs. Like, we're supposed to be eating like 20 to 30 carbs per meal. 90 carbs is a cheat meal, definitely. All right, you're going to need some high intensity exercise. However, let me get back over here. So I'm trying to go back and forth to where I can see y'all. We're gonna go back up and let's say vodka nutrition. Vodka does not have carbohydrates. It has sugar alcohols, but it does not have carbohydrates. So aside from vodka making you dehydrated, you would not need any extra high intensity exercise to burn off the calories from vodka because they're not there. All right, so it definitely is dependent on what you're drinking. And somebody mentioned the fruity drinks. Fruity drinks are about the worst. All right, margaritas. Oh my gosh, margaritas have so much sugar in them. Let's look it up. We got a few minutes here. Thank y'all for staying with me here too. This is good stuff. And I get some nutrition information for a margarita, not a low carb marg. Nobody drinks those. Don't be trying to lie. Somebody gonna pop in the chat like, I drink low carb margs. No, you don't.
I do. I really do.
Not when you go out to a Mexican restaurant, you don't.
I sure don't.
Right.
I see it on the menu though.
Yeah, occasionally I'll catch one that has like a skinny margarita, and that's definitely the way to go. I'm not seeing any of these that are truthful. All right, these are like all at-home recipes. I'm gonna look up El Nopal margarita.
Can you look up dry one?
What is that?
Dry one. Like
Can you type
below?
type that in the chat for me?
Gosh.
Come on, order margaritas. Look, we've all said that before. All right, I'm not gonna find that one apparently. Nutritional value of margarita at Mexican restaurant. Hold on, what's up? Google's beautiful, y'all. Use Google. All right, here we go. Be careful about one store-bought margarita mix having 300 calories per cup. All right, primarily from the 72 grams of sugar. Y'all see that? 72 grams of sugar in a cup. All right, that's to there. Now, I don't know about y'all. I'm drinking 2 or 3 of those at least before I start feeling good. Come on. Margaritas, yeah, you're gonna need some high intensity exercise on that one. All right, let me see. We got time for one more here. I'm gonna check the chat on that. I believe that was you, Shanice. It's not letting the chat pop up. There it is. I need to figure out how to use Zoom better. Merlot, okay. Michelob Ultra and Corona Premier. I know for sure those are low calorie beers. White Claw's low calorie. Those Michelob Ultra, White Claw, Truly, Bud Light even. I mean, all the lower calories are definitely gonna be the better options. However, what you still have to consider is how long are you drinking that you're not having nutrients like protein in your body? Like how long are you going without putting water in your body? So when you're drinking, you still want to do those things. All right, we're gonna look up Merlot real quick, and then I am gonna finish this nutrition seminar off with a couple of tips about alcohol, especially since it's 4th of July weekend. We're gonna do that up right for you guys, and then we'll send it off with a good note here. So Merlot wine. That's 5 ounces. I guess 5 ounces is close to a serving. 4 carbohydrates for a Merlot, not too bad. All right. So if you're just having one little glass, it's not gonna crush you. However, I will say that if you're making a habit of that, again, you have to factor in and account for the lack of hydration when you drink that Merlot. Maybe whenever you get done with that, turn that bottle of water up, get it done. Matter of fact, right now, everybody turn that bottle of water up. Let's get some in. Mine's officially gone. All right. We're gonna talk right here, these last 2 minutes. I got 3 main tips for you for whenever you're drinking alcohol. Now, if you come into Edgebody, you know Joe up front. Joe, he's my front desk guy, he's my assistant. He's also been my best friend for about a decade now. All right, for those of y'all that don't know, I'm just now feeling comfortable starting to talk about this. But whenever I first started this company, I was coming out of a really bad personal situation with my family. I kind of got caught up in some bad stuff that they put me into, and it caused me to lose my job. It caused my mom to lose her house, all this stuff. Joe let me stay on his couch for months while I got my game plan together and started Edgebody. All right. I was 21 years old, 22 years old. We were partying too. All right. Especially on the weekends. We had a friend group, about 10 people, 12 people. We was hitting it hard on the weekends. Now, they would make fun of me all the time because I would show up with something like this, my Tupperware with my healthy food, with something like this with a protein shake in it, and another one with water in it. They don't make fun of me because I come in with my little care package. They'd be like, "Oh, here come Edge Fit Greg." I didn't go by that on Instagram yet, but they was like, "Oh, Mr. Fit," you know. But they all made fun of me. Meanwhile, we would be drinking all night long. You know, I would knock down however much I was drinking. We're not gonna go there, but before we started drinking, I took that protein shake. I had 2 scoops of protein. Bow, 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 bow. Sound like Waka Flocka drinking that one because I was chugging it right before I started drinking. Can anybody tell me why I would drink protein before I would drink alcohol?
To burn those carbs.
Yes, the protein has the components, the amino acids in the protein. They break into the carbohydrate, they shatter it, they break the carbohydrate down into smaller molecules called glycogen. Your body can then produce insulin to grab that glycogen and pull it into your bloodstream, your blood sugar. Without that protein available, the carbohydrates from the alcohol, they just go to your liver and they start storing up. They back up. Then you got to use high intensity exercise to burn them off. So I was bypassing the whole need for high intensity exercise by having that protein readily available in my body, so that whenever I did drink the alcohol and the carbohydrates, it was making use of it. It was put in my bloodstream. So then 2-3 hours later, we're partying. Everybody's, you know, whatever they're doing, we're sweating. You know, you start getting tired. It's like 1 or 2 a.m. People start being like, all right, party's winding down. I'm over here feeling good still. I'm energized because I got sugar in my bloodstream. I'm ready to get it. All right. So drinking a protein shake or eating like a big old chicken breast right before you start drinking your alcohol. That's my first tip. My second tip. I had my second bottle. It was full of water. Every time I went and got a new drink, I made myself knock out at least 4 ounces of water so that I did not lose my hydration level. Yeah, I got drunk, but I was hydrated the whole time. People who sit there and go from 9 p.m. till 2 in the morning, drinking beer after beer or you know, mixed drinks, whatever it is, and they don't drink water. Oh my gosh. Have you ever woke up in the morning off that and you're like, that hangover is crazy, right? If you drink your water in between, the hangover goes away, and with your cells not getting dehydrated the next day, if you work out, you can pick right back up on your fat burning habits. If you're dehydrated, you're going to take the entire next day just to try to get that water back in. You're going to feel like crap, and you're not going to burn any fat. You're going to skip a day. All right. Now, my third tip for whenever you're consuming alcohol is that this is the hardest one. All right. After it's all said and done, before bed, eat a healthy meal. All right. A healthy meal with nothing but good, wholesome foods. You need a fat, a carb, and a protein. That's going to absorb that alcohol. It's going to continue to put nutrients into your bloodstream so that instead of waking up feeling like this, like, you wake up and you're like, man, that was fun. Let's get to it. I'm going to go hit the gym. I'm going to do something good for myself. I'm still burning fat. I feel great. I'm hydrated. I got my nutrition up. My muscles are good. I'm living a great life. Does that make sense? Let me get thumbs up. Let me hear somebody say, yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome, you guys. All right. That's the note we're going to end on here. This is honestly, this has been my favorite nutrition class ever. Excellent. It's a fun topic to discuss. Cheat meals and alcohol. How's it getting any better, right? So if you have any questions, feel free to text me. I'm going to leave y'all with some homework here, okay? I want you, for your homework, go into Team Edgebody on Facebook. Get in that group. I want you to, number one, say, hey, I just attended the nutrition class webinar, and here's one thing I learned. All right. If you really love me, you'll put 2 or 3 things you learned. All right. The reason I'm doing this is because we need to spread this information. Number one, this class is popping right now because other people have done this. They've done their homework. They put it in Team Edgebody, and then other people see like, oh man, maybe I did need to learn something from that class. So they start joining in. And number two, even without attending this class, other people are going to learn this information. All right, we're going to spread the love. We're going to be a hero. Y'all know I started Hero Brand for a reason. This is part of that. I know y'all got my back. Y'all love me just like I love y'all. So do that homework. Let's see. Yes, Christina, do that. Thank you. You're doing that this weekend. Shanice, you're welcome on the tips to turn up. I'm glad this was super beneficial. Thank you all for being here. You're welcome. I will see y'all soon. Bye, you guys.
All right, Greg. Later.
Bye.
Thank you.
Y'all be safe. Have a safe and sound weekend.
Yes, everybody be safe this weekend. Party it up.